Hi everyone, Remco, not from Heusikveld today, because today I thought I'd show you around my man cave here with my simulator that's been active for 2 months now. Finally able to drive at home again. Very proud of my workspace. It's quite large, 5 by 5 meters, something like that. Got a 5.1 surround system here. Nice ex-Heusikveld workbench. This is a project I'm working on sort of on and off. It's going to be a fiberglass early 90s cockpit monocoque type of thing. I don't know, maybe someday. My old Camel sign that I bought for 25 bucks. What else we got? Oh yeah, this is my supply cabinet with all the epoxy and fiberglass stuff. One of my old hobbies. Here, of course, the P34 still with me. I'm not using it, but I still like to look at it from time to time. Big old workbench. Some tools here and here. Well, this is now the real man cave. My very awesome simulator, computer, and all that stuff. That's the little place where my doggy likes to sleep while I'm racing. Now this simulator, I think I built it around November-ish, because I was at the Nürburgring Sim Expo in September and I tried motion rig with a D-box and of course Heusikveld pedals and the sim steering. Now I was only lacking the D-box, and well, working at Heusikveld I managed to secure a set, something I would never have been able to buy as a consumer because it's understandably expensive. It's worth every penny, but you know, that kind of cash you can spend somewhere else, on the family, on the house. But in my case, I'm lucky enough to have it. It is just insane. I really don't know how I can improve on this particular setup. Maybe with a well, surely with a more high resolution headset. I'm using Oculus now. Of course, the ultimate pedals from Heusikveld. This is a refurb set. Good as new, but I didn't take them off the shelf. I didn't steal them. The D-box, what is it? 4250 something, I guess. So it's a 4-point D-box system, and it has, I think it's old configuration. This has 2 power supplies of 15-20 pounds each. That's why they're mounted to the wall and not the rig itself. Rig itself, I designed it myself because I wanted it to be as lean as possible. So there's very little here. The bucket seat is a tillet, and it's sunk into the frame because I wanted the center of gravity to be as low as possible. Because when the seat comes down, the wheel deck comes down, the pedals come down, so this saves a lot of material up here. So as light as I could possibly get it, with some sort of a rail system there. No locking levers because they get in the way, but 99% of the time I'm driving it myself, so not too keen on building something complicated to get the pedals back and forth. It works, 4 screws and they slide back and forth. Obviously it wouldn't be a Hitman simulator without some neat cable management, so everything comes together there on the powered USB hub, except for the pedals. I want them to be as direct as possible. Here's my PC, and I'm not much of a RGB kind of guy, but this was the only 4000 megahertz RAM that was available at the time, so I thought, well, I'll just take the RGB as it is. 1080 Ti there, 6800K, I believe, 5 gigahertz. So that's a very nice system for the VR. Yes, no more SuperFOV for this guy. Served me well for I don't know, close to 10 years, but VR is where it's at now. I trade my sim steering before I'd give up the Oculus, that's for sure. Well, my old collection, these guys were in the attic for a number of years while I was using this space as a workshop. Gijs van Lennep signed this one, not for me personally, but I picked it up at the store a day later. These guys have been with me for many years. This one I bought at Goodwood 2002. It's a Michael Turner painting. Well, it's a replica, of course. This one as well, I love them because the atmosphere is very well captured, and all the details are there. Zandvoort, of course, very nice. This one came last week. This is Dan Clark flying, I think, in Long Beach. I help him out sometime with his simulator, so he sent me a little gift. That was very cool. So yeah, this is where I spend, well, I'd like to say most of my nights now. I'm got the bug again. Oh, wait a second. Let's not forget the belts. I've got some seat belts, of course, because with this brake pedal, you're about, well, 100 plus kilos, maybe 80, maybe 80. You can push yourself out of the seat, so I installed some seat belts, but they are a passive. They have a passive belt tensioning system. When you brake with the D-box, the front of the rig dips, the rear comes up, and the belts tighten with these springs right here, and that gives a massive amount of immersion. This is a $30 upgrade, and it works so wonderfully. When you're braking, when you're going over crest, you're hanging in the belts. Going through dips, like the Fuchsrohre at Nordschleife, they release tension, so the compression is very tangible. Some people say that you need an active system, which is heavy and expensive, and let me tell you, you don't need an active system. I've tried one, which was very high-end, quite nicely dialed in, but it was still late. And there was braking, oh, and the bells kick in, and this is instantaneous. So yeah, don't waste your money on an active system, because this is well, better. It's quicker. Here are some buttons. Gotta have some buttons. This puts me in the car or out of the car in iRacing. This centers the headset. This one I'm particularly fond of. This is the windscreen wiper, on and off. I've always wanted to have that for Dirt Rally, and now I do. It's a second, also refurbished Huizingveld shifter. There's one here as well for the sequential gears. So this one, I think I soldered onto the pedal board, because two shifters gave me some issues in Windows 10. They're seen as one device with only 1 and 2 buttons. So every time I shifted, the windscreen wipers would come on. Here is an 8 shifter. This is not the Huizingveld shifter. Might have some early prototype parts in there, but as you can see, this is not something we would sell. I modded some buttons onto there. It works quite well. And what I particularly like is that, of course, driving old cars, you have to have this as the first gear. This is very close to the seat. That makes it very hard to have a misshift. So it's mostly a second, third, fourth, and fifth on the track. And if you want to go to first, you really have to find that gap in there. It also has sort of a built-in reverse protection, because reverse is all the way past the seat right there. So it's almost impossible to hit reverse by mistake. Love that little guy. And this here, that might be interesting as well. This is a little button box which has 4 buttons on top and 4 underneath. And some of you might recognize this as the H-gate from the Frex shifter. Someone sent me one years ago as a present. I wasn't too keen on it, so I never used it, but it had very nice buttons which I saved for a later occasion. And well, you can't see the H-gate, but the buttons were on the inside, and the lever worked its way through the H-gate here, pressing the buttons. I took this, reversed the buttons, so there are 4 underneath and 4 up top, and I've got a neat little Frex button board there without disturbing the look of this simulator. I'm having insane amounts of fun driving this. It's wonderful. Once you get into it, you put on the helmet, well, the goggles, and the motion kicks in. You are there. Let me tell you, you are there. All right, so that was my tour. Hope you enjoyed that. See you later.